These are busy days for Maria Cornejo. Not only has she opened her second Zero store on the West Village's happening Greenwich Street, but she's also just won the Cooper Hewitt National Design Award for Fashion. We caught up with her in the new shop before having dinner with her and her family at their house in Brooklyn. You came out of the 80s in London, and fashion in London in the 80s was so kind of feverish.
Yes.
And there was so much going on, and every so often, I look at something like this, I see a little flicker of those far-off days.
Do you? Well, of course, it's still me, you know, it's like, it's me 20 years on and develop like slightly different signature, but at the same time, you know, it is something that, you know, it's sort of always been there, it's just been fine-tuned over the years, and I think as you get older, you get more confident in your own handwriting.
So Maria, how would you describe your aesthetic?
I think it ends up being deceptively minimal, but there's a lot of thought that goes into it. Basically, I started doing things I would cut in very simple, you know, geometric shapes like circles and tubes and triangles, and just seeing what they do around the body and how they flatter and drape, and, you know, they all do something when you put them on a body, actually. This is nice because you just get a little bit of skin, and the women really like that because you're not showing anything. And it looks good on anybody. You can't take yourself too seriously, you know? I think there's a point where clothes should be fun. As much as I like to design, I don't think clothes should just be in pictures or in museums. They should be worn and people should enjoy them. This is bamboo, actually, this stuff.
Is it?
Yeah.
So tonight, Maria and Mark are having friends for dinner, and it's a kind of evening that puts a seal on their status as one of New York's most creative couples. What's the family dynamic in the kitchen?
Mark's the creative one. Phoebe is like sous chef, she helps him, and I'm the cleaning lady.
Isn't it the most beautiful thing? They're crazy, right? Phoebe, what's it like living with such stylish parents?
Crazy.
Does it rub off on you?
Sometimes.
She was always consistent. She always had that cocoon shaping. She was always interested in pattern making. Even when you looked at her sketches were always about volume, shape, fabric detail, but in a very sophisticated way. I mean, she used a lot more print in those days because that was like a big 80s thing, but now she's really kind of fine-tuned over the last 20 years, kind of honed in on really the essence of her style, which I love.
I think of your stuff as being quite serene and pure, and you always get called a minimalist, but talking about chaos, the house seems to me to be a great big kind of chaotic organism that you must have to kind of divorce yourself from to get things done.
Yeah, I mean, my life is really chaotic. I have 2 kids. I have a teenager and an 8-year-old, and my husband. We all have everybody has their own life, which sort of converges at the house, you know, and I think my work is sort of, in a way, step back from it, so where I find myself again, you know, where I'm selfish in a way, you know, I pull back from everybody and I just do my thing. That good design it's not about fashion or not fashion, it's whether it's good design or not. And if you're a good designer, you can be designing anything. You can be designing a house, you can be designing a plane, you could be designing anything.
And that's the wisdom that comes with age.
Hopefully.